Our top story tonight: who will be India's 13th president? As the Election Commission formally announced the schedule for presidential elections, counting will be on July. There is still no final decision by Congress President Sonia Gandhi on whether Pranab Mukherjee will actually be the Congress candidate. Joining me now for that, amidst the twists and turns of the story, Rahul Srivastava, Sandeep Phukan and Neha Khanna join me on that. First, Rahul Srivastava, over to you for the larger perspective. It's never final, it's final. All speculation just in the last 24 hours over Pranab Mukherjee finally being decided, the fact that he cancelled a trip to Afghanistan. Yet now, again, there's a possibility that a dark horse may emerge.
Sonia, perhaps our news tonight goes out for those who used to think that the president's job is a ceremonial job. Over today, what's been happening, over the last few days, what has been happening, and over the next few days, what will happen will perhaps prove that this is a high-stake job, and the Congress views the next president's job as an extremely crucial job, as the next person who becomes the president will be the president when 2014 elections are concerned. Also, the Congress looking at the president election perhaps as some move to revamp the kind of crisis the Congress has been facing. Also perhaps to assert its supremacy among its allies and perhaps to prove that the UPA is a combined force. Important in all that is that Sonia Gandhi, the Congress president and the UPA chairperson, has started the consultation process, which is the last-ditch attempt to come about a consensus candidate. She will be meeting Mamata Banerjee of the Trinamool Congress tomorrow. There are meetings where what sources are telling us she will be meeting other leaders also, yes, perhaps meeting with opposition leaders also. I have been meeting several leaders, and if we look at the wider picture today, Trinamool Congress, Samajwadi Party are keeping their cards close to the chest, saying, Congress, please declare a candidate first. While what we have talked to Trinamool leaders, they are saying that our first choice is Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, second is Hamid Ansari. Samajwadi Party says our first choice is Pranab Mukherjee, second is Hamid Ansari. Then comes the NCP, the DMK and the National Conference. They are saying we are okay with both of them. If the Congress names one, we will back them. Then comes the question of the JDU. JDU sources are telling us that their first choice is Mr. Hamid Ansari, second choice is Mr. Pranab Mukherjee. The question of the larger principal opposition party, the BJP, it has problems with Mr. Ansari because of what happened on the 29th of December on the Lokpal bill. They will be okay with Pranab Mukherjee, but are keeping their cards close to their chest. What we are told by senior BJP leaders that Mr. L.K. Advani and Sushma Swaraj have been deputed by the party to coordinate the effort for the president election and the vice president election. And as you said, today afternoon was a surprise when Mr. Jaswant Singh went and met Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav, perhaps pushing for his presidential, vice presidential candidature. But what we are told by Samajwadi Party sources that Mulayam Singh Yadav does not want to do anything with anybody who is from the BJP. If one looks at the picture yes, seems to be confused yet. The numbers are not in place. A lot will depend over the next few days what kind of consultations and pressures come about from our allies of the UPA government.
Rahul, thanks so much for that overall perspective. But Sandeep, just to narrow in on the key point, we've seen the allies which Rahul just mentioned saying Pranab Mukherjee their top choice, yet the Congress still not taking that final decision, even though, as I said, over the last 24 hours, the decks seem to have been cleared. But now indications that the choice may be delayed even further, not in the next few days, but as you've been reporting, perhaps towards the end of June now.
That's right, Sonia. I think, if you look at Pranab Mukherjee as the presidential nominee, I think what works for him is also what works against him. That, he is such an astute politician. He is somebody who has a great understanding of the Constitution. Remember, the next president will actually preside over the next general election in 2014. But, on the one hand, you would like to have such a person, even if it's a ceremonial post, but you would like to have such a person occupying the Rashtrapati Bhavan. On the other hand, can you actually afford to ease him out? Can you actually afford to let Pranab go from the UPA too? He is a troubleshooter. He is head of several GOMs. I think he probably himself would have lost count of how many GOMs he heads. He is also the leader of the Lok Sabha, and that's really the key area, Sonia. The Congress can very well find a replacement for his finance ministry. It could go well back to the man who actually steered the economy in 1991, the minister himself. They could choose anybody else, but who do they choose as leader of Lok Sabha? I think that's the key question that Congress has to resolve, and these are questions that they need to deliberate upon for a long time. It's not just the alliance. The Congress has to make up its mind that in the first place, are they ready to let Pranab Mukherjee go? He's a senior politician. He wants an honorable exit from the government. It's well known that he wants to move out of government to Rashtrapati Bhavan. But can they afford, can they afford to let him go? And also, can they afford to annoy him by sort of keeping him against his wishes? I think that's the real catch-22.
And of course, one suggestion made in the floor of Parliament was that, well, make Pranab Mukherjee Prime Minister and move Manmohan Singh to Rashtrapati Bhavan. So let's not rule anything out at this stage. Anything is possible. Neha Khanna, you are tracking that meeting of two powerful UPA allies, and it's interesting because, of course, Mulayam Singh Yadav is seen as almost a standby ally. Mamata Banerjee exits, but today they're meeting in some bid for common ground. Rahul Srivastava just reporting that both of them are actually all right with Pranab Mukherjee. But within the Congress, there's some discomfort over the fact that these two powerful allies met today. Tell us what happened at that meeting.
Well, Sonia, I can tell you that Mamata Banerjee's meeting with Mulayam Singh Yadav lasted about half an hour, and it's very interesting that she came to meet Mulayam Singh Yadav even before her meeting with Congress President Sonia Gandhi tomorrow. And just before leaving, she made a brief statement to the media saying discussions are on. I'm going to meet the Congress President tomorrow, and I will come back and meet Mulayam Singh Yadav again. Very, very significant indeed, Sonia. And in fact, sources have been suggesting that Mamata Banerjee has in principle agreed to endorse any Congress candidate, whether it's Pranab Mukherjee or someone else. In fact, talking about Pranab Mukherjee, many believe that she would not want to be seen as blocking a candidate from West Bengal, but the main condition she's placed before the Congress is declare your candidate first. Also talking about, of course, Sonia, many also speculating on Mamata's demand for a financial package for West Bengal in return for her support for the Congress candidate, though Mamata says the two should not be linked. Talking about Mulayam Singh Yadav, this meeting is significant, as Rahul and Sandeep both mentioned there. Pranab Mukherjee and Vice President Hamid Ansari seem to be the two main contenders as far as the Congress party is concerned. But really, will somebody like a Hamid Ansari be acceptable to Mulayam Singh Yadav, who has said that he would support not a bureaucrat but an active politician? So it will really be interesting to see where things go from here. Of course, as Rahul and Sandeep mentioned, the Congress party does seem to be in the process of consulting its allies, and given that the Prime Minister is going to be away from the 16th to the 23rd, it now seems entirely likely that declaration of the official candidate is going to be deferred till the 23rd of June. And of course, Sonia, will be interesting to see what comes out of Mamata Banerjee's meeting with Sonia Gandhi tomorrow.
Right.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.